Now, I have to admit to you guys, I don't have any evidence of Gervonta Tank Davis cheating, but I do have some evidence of Marcus Mondana cheating in the Floyd fight. See that? So by now, you already know where I'm going to go. Okay? Notice, everybody can sniff out a cheat 100 miles away. Okay? Nobody has ever addressed this, and they don't want to address this. They don't. This is a man taking a pill during a fight. Okay? Clearly illegal. Clearly illegal. Have you ever heard anybody say anything about this? This isn't the first time I've showed this clip. Nobody wants to recognize. Can we double back on this shit? Can I get some PR of the WBC? Can she give some PR to this? You know what I'm saying? Did she see this? You know what I'm saying? Do some of the Mexican fans out there who dislike Gervonta Tank Davis because you claim he cheated, do you have a problem with this? Did you call this out? Can we talk about this? Can we put some high beams on this? No, we can't. And you know why you can't? Because the person he did it against is black. Oh, there go Bruce bringing up. Listen, you dealing with one of the most, obviously, by now you can tell, you dealing with, if not the most racist sport in all of sports. Okay? Explain to me why we haven't addressed this. This is why I don't want to talk about Tank. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get to Tank in a minute, but this is why I don't want to talk about him. Y'all see this shit? Let's talk about this. Can we rehash this? Can we resurface this shit? Can y'all take this video and tag it up everybody and say, what about this shit? See, cheating is cool as long as it's done against the right person, which primarily in boxing is black. Let's just keep it funky. You know? Let's just keep it funky. But let's go ahead and get to how these people are trying to take you for a ride. Okay? Number one, and everything I'm just going to state is just fucking facts. Okay? Number one, these guys tried to tell you that Gervonta Tank Davis needed to cheat to knock out Leo Santa Cruz. Keep in mind, somebody that people saying that he was going to knock out in the first place. On top of that, Tank is known for what? Knockouts. Okay? Last time I checked, has anybody went 12 rounds with Tank? I don't think so. I think Tank got all knockouts. So why is it so foreign for a knockout artist to knock somebody out? Do you see how that doesn't make sense? Oh, I'm going to keep going because I got something better than that. They got you believing that putting on winning boxing gloves somehow increases his edge of a knockout. Let me tell you something, okay? If you want to increase or increase your chances of getting a knockout, okay, you don't put on winning gloves. You keep Granite, the ones that he had on. Ask anybody who know this shit. If you think I'm lying, Granite is the gloves you want to have on if you're looking to knock somebody out and hurt them. These is facts. Winning, primarily people use winning for fucking sparring. Made famous by Floyd Mayweather because of the comfort and the protection of your hands. That's the only time you see winning boxing gloves in a damn boxing ring. They train in winning boxing gloves. But if you really wanted to inflict some pain, you would keep the Granite gloves on. Please speak to somebody in boxing so they can clarify this for you. Because you ain't got to take my word for it. That's stupid. To switch out Granite to put on winning because it's going to increase your knockout. No, it's the other way around. But once again, most of y'all don't know that shit. Okay? And this is how they be taking y'all for a ride. Now look at the two main things that I pointed out, and then you see how silly this shit is. They're claiming Gervonta Tank Davis cheated because he got a knockout, but the kid is known for knockouts and have knocked everybody out. That's why we call him Baby Mike Tyson. Okay? Then they tell you he switched from Granite to winning to get a knockout. And everybody knows Granite is the gloves that you want to have on if you talk about knocking somebody out or inflicting some kind of pain. Ask the experts. Them two things alone just destroy all of that shit. On top of, since y'all want to be cheating detectives, I have good old Marcus Mondana here. And keep in mind, okay, as far as the glove shit, notice when Floyd recognized it wasn't no padding in Marcus Mondana's gloves, and he wanted him to wear some gloves, have some padding in it. Floyd's cheating because he won't let Marcus Maidana wear his gloves. He paid him an extra $1 million not to wear his gloves. Isn't it funny how it's strange if Floyd Mayweather doesn't want Marcus Maidana to use a certain set of gloves and he wants him to use another pair, okay? Because he said that is cheating, okay? But yet, they have a problem with Gervonta Tank Davis swapping out his gloves. But they didn't have no problem with a boxer saying, and it's on camera, it's on all access for you to see it. It's on camera. You could clearly see there's no padding in the gloves. I bring this up to tell you they're cool with people cheating you. They want people to cheat you. Like I told you before, they're tired of seeing you win. They already believe you have a genetic advantage. They do. They're tired of seeing you win. They don't care if somebody cheats to beat you. They just want you beat. This is why they call all your old fighters out of retirement and nobody else's. You ain't noticed that? They want Floyd to come out of retirement. Come on, man, we gonna make it. They want Andre Ward to come out of retirement. And right now, who do we got? Two of our GOATs coming out of retirement. Notice, they will never pick none of their fighters to do what Mike Tyson and Roy Jones is doing. They would never have that happen because that's a conflict of interest to them. They don't have their two favorites fight each other. This is also something that I noticed about boxing. They only do that with you. That's it. But if we want to talk about cheating, can we talk about this? If we can't, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Because everybody, why do you, and I keep telling you guys this, why do you think they always match black and brown together? Because black and brown has been getting money together for a long time. And we're going to continue to get money together. We make great matches. But do you know why that match between black and brown is primarily made? Because they understand the rivalry between black and brown. They understand that Mexicans is constantly heavily in competition with the black faction of boxing. They know that. And no, it's not the other way around. Everybody knows that. Okay? Everybody knows that. Just like we know if you put a Dominican in with a Puerto Rican, it's going to be a rivalry there. Okay? But there's no rivalry between Puerto Rican and Cuban, Puerto Rican and Haitian. There's no rivalry there, but there's a rivalry between Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. You can sell that fight. You got to understand how boxing is sold to you. It's sold to you based off of race standard. Okay? So, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, notice how they try to take advantage of your stupidity. They try to tell you that somebody had to cheat to get a knockout who's been getting knockouts before they accused him of cheating. Okay? The kid has power. He don't need to change no gloves to knock out Leo Santa Cruz. That's just fucking ridiculous. But they be taking y'all boxing fans for a run because they know at the end of the day you care less about boxing and it's more about tribal with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's more about tribal. That's why at the end of the day, they just had a problem with their fellow Mexicans sprawled out on the floor, knocked out. They want you to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? Not all. I'm not classifying nobody by whistle center. But don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. My brother-in-law is Mexican, and I watch him sit down and he teaches his kids about this shit because he don't want people taking advantage of his kids. Okay? He schooled them up on all the fucking game with his people. Okay? So I don't want to hear this shit. All right? At the end of the day, you want to talk about Gervonta Davis cheating? Let's talk about Marcus Maidana cheating. But you don't want to have that conversation. This is why at the end of the day, I tell you guys, you can't uncover Glovegate. You can't do it. Why? Because you notice what they did to Gervonta Tank Davis is the same thing that y'all did to Tyson Fury. This is why you can't uncover Glovegate. Because if you unearth one person, the whole boxing world will come unearthed. Why do you think Deontay Wilder knows about referees and shit like that? Because he had a referee in his pocket when he fought Luis Ortiz. Deontay Wilder sitting up here telling you about Tyson Fury hitting him behind the head. I challenge you. Go watch Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Okay? The first one and the second one. And count how many times he hit Luis Ortiz behind the head and did not get penalized for it. Count it. Or how about when Deontay Wilder was getting his ass whooped and he was on stilts and the ref called the doctor to come look at him when he could have had the doctor come look at Deontay Wilder while he was sitting in the corner. He was giving Deontay Wilder a second win. So I have no doubt when he's talking about corrupt judges and stuff like that, I see it. We just seen it. We just seen what they trying to do with Teofimo Lopez when it came to a judge. So I know it exists. But the point is, the same illegal shit that you're talking about, Wilder, you had a hand in that shit. You've participated in too. And guess what? A little bit of all these boxers have. This is why I say you can't uncover Glovegate. Why do you think Deontay Wilder has not taken this to the full extreme yet? He can't. Because if you crack open this Glovegate shit, you're going to crack open all of boxing. Because one person going to snitch on this person going to snitch on that. That's why nobody wants to address it. Because you're going to be able to go back and look at old fights and look at this, say, damn, this was going on. That's illegal. All of boxing is going to fall apart. This is why when I say Deontay Wilder will take no legal action, this is what I mean by it. He can't, and he knows he can't, because he has utilized those same dirty tactics and tricks himself. He has. Just like they try to utilize that shit for Vasily Lomachenko. Just like they utilize that shit for Canelo Alvarez. Just like they turn a blind eye to this person taking drugs. Just like they turn a blind eye to this person. The whole sport is corrupt. That's why you can't do shit about Glovegate but fight him again and beat him down to the ground. That is the only way you are going to get your revenge. So that's why I tell Wilder, in a nutshell, either take legal action or shut the fuck up. That's how it goes. But the sport of boxing is dirty, man. It's dirty. Okay? We just going to have to accept that. The sport of boxing is prejudice. We're going to have to accept that. All right? We live in a corrupt, very prejudiced, very bigoted, very racist ass fucking sport. And there's no way to dance around it. Y'all want to dance around race. You notice between me and everybody else, I have never once danced around race. Not one. I've always factored it in the boxing. Always. But you guys think that you can talk about this sport and not address race. It's impossible to be an accurate person and not address that element. But then again, like always, these are just my thoughts. Bruce Vane, I'm out.